all great content.
Well, thanks for coming over.
Oh, no, thanks for inviting me.
Nice to have you around.
Yeah.
I've been really excited about doing one of these. All the other ones we've done so far have been full-time professional illustrators.
Yeah.
But I've been really interested to do one with somebody that drawing's not their main thing, that is like a secret.
For your ego.
A secret doodler, which I'm told that you are, right? You're like.
I try.
I've heard rumours that you're secretly really good. Do you know what you're going to draw?
No.
What kind of stuff do you usually draw?
Flowers.
Flowers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I generally draw my comedy posters.
Well, I was going to set a challenge. If you wanted to draw something that freaks you out.
Okay.
Like something that you're scared of.
Yeah. I've got it. What did you want to draw?
Well, I didn't have too much of an idea. I thought if you were going to draw something that freaked you out and you're on here in a drawing, from comedy world into drawing world, I thought maybe what would freak me out more than anything else was me doing comedy. So I was wondering about drawing myself doing comedy, which would be almost the scariest thing that I could possibly imagine doing. So maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
But if you've got an idea, I'm open to that as well.
I don't have any ideas. Yeah.
All right, well, let's do that.
Cool. That's it. That's the drawing. It's the cursor on Microsoft Word.
You finished your drawing?
Yeah,
already?
this is the drawing.
I'm not sure if you've seen this show before, Angela, but it's usually like about half an hour long. Is there anything else? There's nothing else that scares you?
White pages scare me, actually, because you don't know what to do on them.
Yeah. Is that the same with the cursor? That's what
Yeah,
the cursor
that's basically,
is about? The start of the
yeah, like I think
start of writing.
white paper is just I'm not prejudiced, it could be black paper as well. I could be holding a white pen. But it's just scary. I don't want to mark the paper.
You see if you can come up with something else.
Yeah, I just doodle.
Something else to draw. Were you a drawer as a kid?
I was a drawer. I used to draw faces a lot, but then I'd find that I'd draw because my favourite part to draw was always the eyes.
Yeah.
And I'd draw half the face and then can't be bothered drawing the rest of it. So I just became this person who drew half a face.
Half faces, yeah.
Like as I got older, my drawings got slower.
Right.
Whereas when I was a kid, my drawings were faster and everyone else's drawings were slower.
Yeah.
So I find it quite intimidating seeing your pen go like this and mine's just like a very small snail pace.
So you were a drawer as a kid, but did you ever think that it would be something that you would make a career out of? Like, was it ever an option that you would
It was. It was something I thought that I could do.
Yeah.
But then it just became a hobby and then it became a thing of, like I didn't have a great marriage, so I used to draw a lot.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's something I did for myself. It became...
Yeah.
It was a hobby, but then it became something therapeutic for me.
For people that haven't heard that story, is there like a short version without doing the whole show?
Yeah, I mean, I tell that to every immigration officer whenever I
Tell every time you go through customs.
Yeah. I married a man I met in a chat room when I was 18 and attacked him. And then spent 2 months in prison, came out on bail for 3 years, and then was voluntarily removed back to New Zealand.
That's in the UK, right? You're in prison in the UK. Yeah. Is that was obviously something that doing that show, was that a way to like process that?
It was kind of, I mean, I don't think you should do stand up with unresolved issues. Like you should have like some form of counselling on the side as well, because your pain is funny to people, but you kind of need something to validate your pain as well, to be like, you got through it and you're doing fine. You won't get that from stand up. You'll get the you screwed up.
Was it something that at the time that you thought that you would ever find comedy in? You know, like was it something that you thought one day this is going to make? So it seems like it would be unlikely that you would in the moment be feeling like this is going to make a great comedy show one day.
No, I think the whole experience I had, it got heavier the more I talked about it.
Right.
With strangers, because it just became a shock thing. Whereas when I talk about it with friends, they kind of know me, so they know the context, and it became funny. Even
at the time, you saw the funny side of being in prison. It wasn't such a like shock thing necessarily.
I mean, it was shock, which is why I was detached, because I couldn't comprehend it.
Yeah.
I reacted to that by thinking that everything was surreal. So I enjoyed it because it didn't feel like it was me. It felt like this character, Angela, is going through this. I had a conversation with a friend, and he was telling me that they did MRI scans on people and asked them to talk about their future self and them now. And the brain scan kind of showed that they reacted to those things as two different people. So my future self was, I guess my past self felt like a different entity, and the present me felt like a different entity. So I felt like it was a little bit like I was watching this character, Angela, go through it, which helped me kind of detach and...
Sort of almost like an out-of-body kind of thing. Yeah.
And I felt like because of that, I had to just let things happen. I think, if I thought about everything that was happening to me and the consequences, I think it would crush me because I wouldn't be able to understand it. But because it felt separate, it sort of felt like, oh, I wonder what the next thing is. Mm-hmm. And everything became an adventure. God, this is just turning into Hitler. Can I rip this page off?
Yeah, whatever works, yeah.
This is the picture. It really did turn into Hitler.
Honestly, there's no bad drawing, I reckon. That's whatever comes out that's what comes out.
Toby, can I please use a reference or something?
Yeah, what are you thinking? Like if I find a book of photos or something, something to draw from? I'll see if I can find something.
You can bring it with the page open. So I don't have to decide.
Okay, all right, let me see what I can find. I'll have a little rummage and see what I can find.
I can't believe he's got two of these. I just have one. Oh, his kids are better at drawing than me. Trade, build, settle. Fuck.
All right, what are you up to?
Sorry.
What are you up to?
I was going to suggest we play a game.
We found some Catan. That was good finding. I've got some options of things that you could draw. A robot, Moon Explorer, this cool like cowboy dude. And that one is like a sculpture of some cactuses.
Wow. It's a sculpture. Right, okay.
I think I read somewhere that you also worked as a receptionist at a brothel, right?
Oh, yeah.
How was that?
It was okay. I mean, I met a lot of sex workers in prison and through the bail hostel, so I was pretty aware of, like, the industry anyway.
Yeah.
But I was seeing the other side of it, which was the women who are vulnerable, like often coming off drugs and stuff, whereas on the brothel it's kind of different. It's a workplace. It's just like the office, but
that's just work.
Yeah, because like I think I realised the difference. A lot of the women that were in the hostel were walking streets. And it was completely different seeing... I just realised how important it was that we have brothels because if someone were to ever get in trouble, They wouldn't have anyone to talk to if
Right. It's
it
actually a
was on
pretty
the road.
regular workplace in terms of...
Yeah. There were quite a few of the girls who hated each other,
Yeah.
and they used to sabotage each other's jobs by there was a booking. So the girl went into the room with the guy, and the other girl who hated her sat outside the door and started describing the boil under her armpit. The guy inside heard, and it took him a lot longer.
I remember the very first time I ever saw you on TV would have been Jono and Ben, and it was like a live thing where you were knocking on a door of a house where people were watching the show, and you went inside and talked to them.
Can we move the segment along? Can we go up to a house and see if they're watching the show?
Okay, we're going to the house.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And I was cracking up laughing, like it really cracked me up, because I genuinely couldn't really tell how much of it, whether it was real or a setup, or whether you were for real or whether you were doing a character, or like you were so kind of, like you seemed genuinely confused by the whole thing.
Yeah, and what do you think?
I still kind of don't know, but it seems like you get that question a bit, right? Like people are like, are you doing a character, or are you, those are genuine reactions.
Yeah, people thought that whole thing was staged. I couldn't watch those segments, and I had to watch them to try and learn, because I still have bad mic technique, because I kept holding the mic going. I just didn't know when to hand it over, so I'd be like, oh, so what do you think? And the sound guy would be like,
What's going on? Yeah.
I can't hear who's... So yeah.
But the genuine
sound would always
shambles
be like,
of it, the sort of train car crashness of it was part of the comedy, right?
They were like, oh, it's funny because you don't know what you're doing and people are on this journey with you. Yeah. That one was weird. We actually drove to the wrong house. Then we had to drive to another house. And then because we took so long setting up, the guys inside the house, because we parked outside their house, ordered pizzas.
Yeah. Oh, you're showing up with pizzas, right? Like you guys
And
are watching the show.
they were just watching the show, eating pizzas. And it just looked like that was so staged. But that was our first time doing it. We also didn't get transmission until about... It must have been like 5 seconds before going out. We just didn't know if we were actually going to be on the show. And I had this like earpiece on to listen to the studio. Then when we went inside the house, the TV was lagging. So
yeah, there was a weird loop going on.
They were like, hey, just talk through it. And I'm kind of like, whoa. Just, I don't know, everything was talking to me.
It seems like lots of your comedy, though, is like that one struck me was where it's not always entirely clear whether you're making a joke or being serious. You know, like it's just right on that line of like, is this for real?
Yeah, I sort of feel like I'm being quite obvious when I'm joking. But no, it's resulted in a few HR problems.
Any you're allowed to talk about on camera?
Oh, I mean, that's why I started stand-up, because my boss said that you just make clients feel weird.
Part of your act is like that kind of letting the awkwardness hang sometimes, like hanging on a joke or something. Does that give you some armour in terms of, like, I mean, that part to be awkward, if like you're going to get away
I
with?
think my friends know when I'm being awkward for a laugh and when the situation has gotten out of control. I
remember the story that you told me about how you deal with hecklers, like someone was heckling you.
For whatever reason, he started yelling out his number at me. So I got my phone out and dialed the number. And I I just said, hello, shut the fuck up, then hung up on him. But I mean, everyone laughed for like 2 minutes, and then all my jokes after that died. Like, so I was just stuck on there trying to... I couldn't...
Climb the hill of the...
No.
Of bringing the phone. I can't believe that he answered that. It's very funny that he was like...
Well, I told him to turn his phone on.
Yeah, right.
He said, I'm going to call you, turn your phone on.
That's amazing.
I tried calling him after the show. He didn't answer. It was like, we can take this show on the road. I told the place that I'm temping at, or not temping, but kind of working at, that I was going to take this pad because I felt bad about stealing it. So I have to return the pad tomorrow.
Are they going to mind it's minus?
Well, it's also their pens, but I'll take them tomorrow and tell them that. It's so strange, you know. I've just been in the criminal justice system once, but now I feel like everyone has to know everything. So...
You want to go back to prison again for stealing an A3 pad?
Well, it actually is the reason why I moved into a commune, because I just missed the atmosphere. I think that's also why I went to the brothel as well, because I kind of wanted to get back into that kind of place. Like, I miss the community.
Where everyone's living kind of shoulder to shoulder like that, you're in each other's business.
Well, I think things like, I feel like being poor made us enjoy each other's company because we didn't have anything to distract us. You know, we just had to kind of get on with each other, and everything became more shared.
No one's too busy to hang out. You've got to have to be spending time together.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about this earlier, but like I started drawing when I was young because it's like the cheapest form of entertainment. Like, you just get a pen and paper and you can kind of travel with your thoughts in it. And it's just restful.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's why I started drawing. Like, we moved around lots when I was a kid, and I think that for me, drawing was just a safe thing. You know, it was like a constant thing. Like, wherever I went, I could put my head down and do some drawing. It was like a kind of a reliable kind of steady thing.
Yeah, although I mean, coming from quite a Mum was my mum's a solo mum, so she was on the benefit, and she never encouraged us to do drawing as a job because she didn't see the money part of it. But I sort of feel like if a kid has an inclination to do it, they'll probably love it for the rest of their lives, regardless of money. Yeah. And they'll, you know, I think parents want their kids to be happy. Yeah. So I kind of wish that money didn't drive a whole lot of her worries, because she would have found out that I would have found my own happiness. Mm. Yeah.
How are you going on your drawing? I think I'm kind of done here.
Yeah.
I'm just tinkering now.
Yeah, I'm tinkering as well.
You ready? I'll show you this. You're going to say that's not a comedy club at all.
God, there's like a few.
I'll show you mine first, right?
Yeah.
You all good? You ready?
Yeah.
Ta-da. That's me. That's a terrifying thought to me. I don't know how you do that, standing up in front of people like that. Like, to me, it's a different thing to draw on a page and sneakily send it out into the world, but to be like in person like that in front of people is utterly terrifying.
Oh, there's rubbish being flung at you. I think it's really good. I think you got the chairs right.
The chairs are good? Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that you can't see past the front row. So it's not a crowd of eyes looking back at you.
That's good to think of, yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever go on stage, like, you're just talking to the dark.
Right.
Yeah. Are you afraid of the dark?
I'm good with the dark, actually. I think I could talk to the dark more than I could talk to the eyes. So it's like the terrifying
Then
part.
I think you'll be fine on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more afraid of the dark.
How's your drawing?
I did this.
That's good. I like it. I like the robot. I like that you have like started one thing and like started another thing and just gone straight over the top. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think you just dissected my life, not the drawing.
Starting one thing,
It's a
doing
personal
another
attack,
thing.
no. There's a banana. I don't know why. I kind of just like curves.
Yeah.
And
Bananas are good to
lines.
draw. I've drawn a few bananas at my time.
So this is the cowboy.
Oh, there he is. That's cool. He's looking smooth.
I mean, I had to change the direction of his eyes because
It's your picture.
I couldn't figure it out.
Yep.
That was going to be you, but
You're off to a good start. I don't know why you thought that one. That one's looking good. But I love the cursor. I reckon you nailed it with the cursor. You
yeah.
gotta just stop then.
I wanted to, but I felt really pressured. No, I'm joking. But
That was awesome. That was great.
thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was cool.